if you're just getting a greenhouse or you've had one and maybe you want to do some upgrades to it, these are the accessories that I feel like are the most important for me in my greenhouse to keep me successful and to make it easier for me to keep up with. Let's go check it out. Number one on my list is all about temperature. Temperature fluctuations are a bear, and they will kill, they won't kill, but they will really hurt your harvest. And a simple upgrade you can do right away in the very beginning is a window opener. So when you get the greenhouse, it comes with a manual one that you open yourself, and I replaced it with this one. This is a wax filled cylinder, so as the wax heats up, as you can see, it'll automatically open and adjust to the temperature. So I don't have to worry about coming out here and opening it on a hot day or something like that. If I had to go somewhere, it's, you know, it's auto, so it's on auto drive, autopilot, whatever you want to call it. It just does its thing. Be honest, you get up in the morning and it's 30 degrees, it's getting to be spring, it's getting close, you've got some seeds growing in here, you got some food, something like that, and then all of a sudden it gets to 60 degrees at lunch. You get an alert. Let's say that you've upgraded and you've got thermometers and everything in here, and you know it's 85 degrees. Are you going to leave work, come home and open it? Or are you going to open it in the morning and let all that cold air and waste all that warmth that you trapped overnight? No. So let that thing go up and down all on its own, and you'll be good. But going in line with temperature, let's talk about this. This hanging up here is a thermohydrometer. So this will tell me my temperature and my humidity on my cell phone from the comfort of my house via Bluetooth. It's always on and it records, and you can check it at any point and update, and it is extremely useful. What I learned by using that is my temperatures fluctuate highly, which I knew that already, but I didn't know to what degree they fluctuated. So I can tell in the middle of the day when it's hot, I can tell when I put shade up how cool it gets, and then I can go back and look at the records, and you can export it into a, you know, a spreadsheet if you're so inclined to do so, and really analyze the data if you want to get like super technical. But I just like to use it to say like, hey, when the shade hits it from this tree over here, then I can see that the temperature drops by 10 degrees. Or when I put my shade cloth inside, how much that it lowers the temperature as well. So another thing is taking advantage of what's already built in to the greenhouse. So let's check out our water saving technique. Paloram greenhouse has gutters built into it. I know they don't look like gutters really, but if you run all the way down the side, a little PVC system that we have here going into some rain barrels is all it takes. It rains, it collects, you can reuse it, repot the water, whatever you want, and move it anywhere. So this is a very good use of your, you know, what is built into the greenhouse. Rain collection is super important. It's all about reusing the resources we have, and the benefit is if you have a greenhouse like this, you don't have a whole lot of space, so you could easily, and I did it for a year, I hand watered it for an entire year, and it was fine, it wasn't an issue, and I didn't have to spend any money on the water. So utilize this gutter right here, it's super important. Followed my channel for any amount of time, you know that I get hurricanes here and I get bad weather, and a lot of people get high winds and stuff. And there's a product made for this which I haven't fully tested out, but I'm pretty confident is gonna work. And it was like 20 bucks or so, is well worth the money. It's these hurricane ties. Nothing more than a cable. So there's a guide right here and a cable that runs all the way up and over the top. And on each side, it screws in to the ground with this cable. Okay, and then you can tighten it, adjust it with this to the tightness you want. And there's two for each side, so there's 1 and 2. This is super important because if you saw the video where I was talking about building the greenhouse, you know that the greenhouse itself weighs like 80 pounds or something ridiculously light. And so what that does is as the wind pushes and will pull up on this, if it happens, this will help keep it down. I know I don't need, it goes without saying, but it's a super important thing just to protect your investment. I mean, 20 bucks to protect your investment, I'll take it, because I took an 80-pound greenhouse, I put it on the foundation, which is 4x4s, that added weight, and then I put that down to hold it down. It should make a big difference. So we've had some winds in the past 2 years, but I've actually not had much of a hurricane, so I don't know how well it's gonna last. but trust me, when I find out, you'll be the first to know. Hopefully it won't be a sad story. The thing I would add in is a shelf. Okay, you can definitely build your own shelf. I made a shelf, or I bought a shelf, excuse me. So it was just easier for me. I didn't have time to really add one in, and you can add more along the lines. It's nice and sturdy. As of right now, I have 12 six packs. Is it 12? Yeah, 12 6-packs of seedlings on here, and it holds the weight no issue. And you can see they hang off a little bit, and it doesn't sag at all. Now I can adjust this up or down if I need to on this track. So I could essentially put in, I believe I can put in 1, 2, 3, 4 in here if I wanted. And that's only if you want, you know, and that goes with the style of growing that you do in your greenhouse. So this is definitely an important part of what you can do to add into your greenhouse. And another part is adding a trellis. Put a trellis in it. Super simple. If you've ever been a small space gardener, then you know growing up is the answer. Is the answer to expanding your space and making it a more productive area. So grow something on a trellis and get it up. I mean, I reused that one. I didn't even buy it. I found it. Or no, I had it left over in my garden. I was going to throw it out. Stuck it in the ground and it works just fine. So add a trellis. So that's enough to get you started on your journey. If you're starting a greenhouse or getting going in it and you want to do some upgrades, those will get you going. It'll get you to where it's easier to manage and maybe help you to save some money in the long run. Nothing ever saves you money up front, but in the long run it'll help and just make it more productive for you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and check out the Backyard Gardens podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays right here on YouTube, and all of them are available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Until then, see ya.